Assalamualaikum guys, my name is Nofatini binti Adnan. My number is HFT20103. So today I will talk about chapter 7, which is communication. What is communication? Communication is the transmission of information from one person to another to create shared understanding and also feeling. The process of communication, first is message, encoding, channel, decoding, receiver, and also feedback. Communication. What is verbal communication? Verbal communication is the communicating via spoken words or phrases. Typically happens in real time but can be asynchronous. For example, like intranet, an organization's private network through which employees securely communicate and collaborate. Part of verbal communication is tone of voice. What is tone of voice? Tone of voice is the emphasis given to spoken words or phrases. For example, like a manager needs to give feedback to an employee who submit report with errors. So a manager say with a calm and respectful tone, "Thanks for your effort on this report. I noticed a few errors in the data section. Let's go through them together so we can fix it before the deadline." So the impact with the employer feel respect and support, also improve their work without feeling defensive. For non-verbal communication is communications that are not spoken or written but that have meaning to others. For example, like body language. Body language is a body movement such as a gesture or expression that conveys information to others. For active listening and feedback, which is mean when you really pay attention to what someone is saying. You don't just hear the words, you try to understand the meaning. For example, like your friend is telling you about a bad day, you look at them and not say, "That sounds tough," and ask questions like, "What happened next?" This shows you care and truly listening. For effective feedback, good feedback helps someone improve. It should be timely, given soon after the situation, and also consistent, always follow the same standards. For example, like if a classmate gave a great presentation but spoke too fast, you could say privately after class, "Your presentation was really interesting and well organized. I think it would be even better if you slow down a bit so we can follow your points more easily." Communication characteristic. What is mean? First is clarity. Your message is easy to understand, is organized and not confusing. For conciseness, you give only the need information, you keep it short and focused. For consistency, your message always says the same thing, no matter when or how it's shared. For audience consideration, you think about who you are talking to and change your message to fit them. For common communication barrier, they have 7 reasons. First is noise. Noise is anything that distracts or interferes with the message. Second is selective perception. The listener only hears what they want or expect to hear based on their belief. For misperception is the listener misunderstanding the message. For filtering, the message is changed or blocked on purpose by accident by the sender or receiver. 5. Information overload. Too much information at once makes it hard to understand the main point. The organizational culture, a company rules or norms may limit who can speak or how they speak. For cultural differences, people who different cultures may have different ways of speaking, showing respect or expressing feelings. Cultural differences in communication have 2 parts. First is low context cultures and also high content cultures. Low context cultures, which is mean use clear and direct words to share meaning. For example, in the United States, if someone says, "I don't agree with you," they really mean it. So what people value honestly and directness. For high content cultures, rely more on tone, body language and the situation to understand the message. For example, in the Japan, someone might say that will be difficult. instead of directly saying no. You have to read between the lines and understand the context. Media richness. Media richness is how well a communication method can deliver important information, including emotions, tone, body language, and also quick feedback. For example, face-to-face conversation is a rich medium because you can see facial expressions and body language. You hear tone and emotion in the voice. Task and relationship-oriented communication. First is task-oriented communication. Focus on getting the job done. It gives clear instruction about what, when, where, and how to do something. For example, a manager says, please finish the report by 3 p.m. today and email it to the client. Second is relationship-oriented communication. It focus on building good relationship. Is about showing care, support to build trust and network. For example, a manager says, great job on that presentation, your hard work really show. That's all from me. I hope you guys understand and learn new something. Thank you for watching.